Fourth down, the final play, unless they can stick it in the end zone. Dorsey under pressure, throws it, incomplete. The Buckeyes win. Ezekiel Elliott, and he's got an opening. Elliott off to the races. Can they catch him?
Feature the two backs as receivers, and now a downfield shot on first down for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State strikes first. Making adjustments again, and there is Smith running free, breaks a tackle. Ohio State strikes quickly from 45 yards. Pressure comes. Shaw, knock it out, and gets out. Jack Shaw coming down the sidelines. Ohio State scoop and score and dagger from 82 yards. Here they come. Heavy pressure. Howard delivers downfield. It's Smith. He's got it. Jeremiah Smith. 2025 college football national champion, Coach Ryan Day, and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Welcome in, Buckeye backers. We are bringing it to you live from Seattle, Washington, to the cornfields of Enid, Ohio. We are the pulse of Buckeye fans across the nation, with Seattle Matt and Buckeye Steve. You have a turtle. Welcome in, Buckeye backers. Here we are, another show. Man, we had another great episode of the Buckeyes just winning and winning big, going places, winning at their house. Maybe it was a little boring offensively, but getting the job done and bringing the W home. And look at that turtle. Alex Bryan has his own rendition. Where did you get that? Did you
I forget
the team.
I forget the website, but there's a website that makes replicas and little ornament versions of all the different Big Ten rivalry trophies.
Damn.
So when I saw it on Facebook like a few years ago, I had to splurge.
That's awesome.
Because this is the only trophy we get. So this gets to stay in Columbus, right where it belongs. Never going back to Champaign, ever. We're going to make sure of it. 2007 was a fluke. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Illabuck staying at home in Columbus.
All right, and we got Dev from the Buckeye Boys in the house. Thanks for joining us again, man. It's always good to just talk some Buckeye football. I think where we need to start is mid-season. And you talked about before we got on here, there's an award that needs to be given out for a guy on the defensive line that's just not getting enough notice. So let's just start there because the defense is where it's at. We might as well start with the best of the best. So tell me, Dev, about your boy on the defensive line doing work.
Well, that is Mr. Caden Curry. And the way I talk about Caden is like, I think we can all agree preseason, right? When we go down our list of defensive ends and sometimes even defensive linemen, if you put the whole thing together, but let's just stick with defensive ends. The first one I brought up, Kenyatta Jackson. Second one I'd bring up, Bo Atkinson. Third one I'd bring up was a toss-up between some of these backup guys, what CJ Hicks going to do, but you might throw Caden Curry into the third one that we would bring up, right? I think we can all agree there. He wasn't number one or two that we were bringing up and excited to see get on the field. We thought we knew the type of player he was. What we're seeing is the relentless motor and effort, but the dude has upped his game. He is the biggest surprise for me on defense. Not for everybody. Some people did know that he had this in him. I did not. And I think what I haven't heard a lot of people talk about is the props that Larry Johnson deserves with what he has done with this defensive line. Not just Caden Curry, but just look at him. What was the number one worry this year? Defensive line. It's probably the best unit on the team, right? The front seven on defense. Last year, number one worry, offensive line, turned into one of the best units on the team. So I'm going to start doing this. Preseason, when I hear what Buckeye Nation is worried about, I'm going to predict what they're worried to be the number one unit on the team.
Yeah, that's safe to say because going back and looking at my thoughts from fall practice. I was like, damn, this team is stacked, absolutely stacked. Everywhere you look, stacked on stacked on stacked. And I'll argue with you a little bit that the defensive line is the best position on the defense because there is no best position on that defense. No. It's just stacked elite on elite on elite all around. Every position you look at is best of the best. And I got to give that midseason award to my boy, Jermaine Matthews, because he's playing out of this world. And it wasn't just this game. He is on guys like glue. And he's got that edge to him. Day's talked about it in his press conferences. He's edgy. And he gets that motivation. He gets that pep. Even Day, like this week, Day was like, hey, yeah, they give me energy. They give me the juice. Talking about the cornerbacks at Ohio State. It wasn't that long ago where we were worried about our cornerbacks. You know, is BIA gone? It's back with a vengeance now, man. So I love watching the DBs. I love watching them play. I don't know about Iggy. You talked about it in your show earlier about how handsy he is. I wasn't seeing the handsiness the last few games, but it came back out against Illinois. And the grabbiness, and he's physical, and he's always going to be physical. Day said that this week too. He's just a physical player. He's going to be physical. He's playing. He's always in position.
Yeah, I don't understand why this game of all games, that handsiness was starting to come out. I mean, it's not. I mean, Illinois' got some decent receivers, but it's not like these are going to be the best receivers Iggy's seen all year, or to this point even. I think Texas realistically has better talent at wide receiver than Illinois does. So gets you a little concerned going forward if the refs are going to start like looking at him heavy again, and if he'll start getting flagged for some things that maybe he was getting away with up to this point this year. But he is a physical guy. I mean, that's what he's going to do. And as long as he keeps turning his head around and playing for the ball, hopefully flags won't come flying his way. Because, I mean, Christ, he averaged like over a flag a game last year.
Oh, so yeah. He was the most penalized player in the FBS.
We can't be having
16 penalties. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
especially
in November.
And I want to touch on another point. If you're seeing your star wide receiver on the other side of the ball get his hand grabbed while he's trying to make a catch, and then you're allowed to knock it out while he's on the ground, maybe you're allowed to hold a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, the refs ain't calling shit.
That's the thing, man. We know it's not just against the Buckeyes, but the officiating, we could do a whole show on that. It's year in and year out, getting a little bit worse. The thing is that whether Iggy was handsy or not is irrelevant, but here is what we do know. There were several no calls against Iggy that we have seen be calls before.
Correct.
That, now the debate on whether it is a call or isn't, I think that's irrelevant. It's just, he's with the target that's on his back and his hands being on the receiver and his his head not getting around puts him in a spot where they could throw the flag, and we've seen him do it before on things like that. Like we saw this game, that the PI against Devin Sanchez in the end zone, I thought was a little weak. It really, I mean, it was, I could see why they called it, but I think it was a little weak, to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that they were just trying to give Illinois any type of hope in life that they could. But I mean, credit to Illinois. They were able to, I've been saying it for the last few weeks, that when it came to Minnesota for a drive and Washington, the game prior, that they were starting to look like they were finding some weaknesses in our defense, the soft zones and the zone coverage. And Illinois, once they started going up tempo, they were finding it just about every play. So definitely a good thing to see that on tape now, especially going into a game against the Wisconsin offense and then a bye week after that before we get down this final stretch of the season. So a little vulnerability on defense this time around.
What team is going to give you that quick pass, no huddle, get it out of your hands fast, up tempo the rest of the season? You're not going to see that again until the Big Ten championship game against Indiana.
This UCLA team, It's looking a little
bit.
a little different
Well,
now.
Iamaleava is more about running the ball, and that's where he's scary. And
is
this
true.
team has already shown you they can shut that down quicker than anything. All right.
Yeah.
But
he can
that
handle
would be
a
the
running
thing.
quarterback. Put Arvell Reese on him. He said he loves to do it this week, or it was last
Yeah.
week. He said he loves to be the spy. It's a challenge for him, and he wants to get it done. And I think he will. I
Hey,
think
before we get too far away with the Caden Curry thing, this might help put it in perspective. He's number 8 in the nation with sacks. Okay, 6 sacks, 9.5 tackles for loss, and 28 pressures on the season. When you compare him to Bain from Miami, who everybody is talking about, I mean, he makes statistically puts Bain, who has 3 sacks, in the dirt. So give
and
you a little
one more thing that you
comparison
need to piggyback on that is this is a defense who the first 5 games of the season, they had a different leading tackler every single game. They're sharing the wealth. It's not like, hey, we have one guy is the standout, one guy's going to get all the stats. Ain't happening on this defense. It's going to be whoever Matt Patricia needs to get to that point where, hey, this is the weakness and we're going to attack here.
It was almost 6 different games if Caleb Downs had gotten it, but Sonny stole it from him.
Sonny stole it.
I got to introduce you guys to my new family member, Tinker. I've had her for a week now, Karen Terrier. So,
that's awesome. I'm a big dog.
Can we get a Go Bucks?
Can
we get a Go Bucks?
Yeah.
Go Bucks! Woo! There you go. Nice.
Tinker. That's awesome.
No, to bring up something that Steve just said and what Craig said in the comments too. We're in 2025 and we're talking about Indiana, the Big Ten title game now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
boy, made the playoffs last year, which was crazy in and of itself. And I thought going into this season, I said to myself, well, Indiana will still be like an 8-9 win team, but obviously they're going to take a step back this year.
Mm-hmm.
What do I know? Wow,
all they did was take a step up.
Yep,
and
I guess.
And buy your Big Ten championship ticket now. Because if Indiana's in it with Ohio State, that is going to skyrocket, absolutely skyrocket. There's a lot more Indiana fans than you would ever believe.
They have the biggest alumni in the country. That's what Sig said on a show yesterday.
Second largest.
He said 3 months ago they took over the number 1 spot, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me.
It was before the season. It was second, but that is alumni, verified alumni. So their alumni network, not necessarily how many people had graduated from Indiana. So
Indiana's really good, man.
And I don't know what the difference is now. Maybe it's grown. I mean, it should. This is what you do with success. You grow.
And sorry, Penn State fans. Sorry, Penn State fans. Signetti, he's staying in Bloomington, apparently.
Yeah.
As of today.
Yes,
well,
I think
that.
Matt Rule is getting that Penn State job, but that's a whole nother show.
I don't think so at all. No, let's talk about it. This is college football. This
all right.
Let's go ahead and go into that Signetti. What did he have? 8 years, $11.6 million.
That's what he got. Yep, $100 million contract.
If they fire him, he gets all that money.
He'll never get fired.
It's a $15 million buyout. Yeah. Great for the Big Ten. This is helpful. We've always wanted someone to step up their game. And you know what Indiana's doing? They're saying, see ya, Michigan State. See ya, Wisconsin. We're taking over. Iowa, bye-bye. We're gonna be that big dog. All right. And probably Michigan and Penn State too. They're taking over for them.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it. Chris Annetti's making this harder for everybody though, too, because he's showing like, hey, this can be done in a year.
Mm-hmm.
That all these coaches say, well, give us time. Give Kirk Cinetti 2 years in, 1 year in. He said this can be done in a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interesting to see if he can keep this up. What's that foundation leaves? Because what college did he come from? He took a bunch of
Madison.
his players. Yeah, James Madison. He still has a bunch of those players on his team. Mm-hmm. Really curious to see. I have faith and I believe it and I love it. Now, it's how good are they? You have to ask yourself, how good is Oregon first, right? And when you see the Penn State game versus Oregon, it brings some questions up personally for me. But with college football, Ryan Day said it. He threw out the Indiana-Illinois game. He said, throw that one out, right? So there are games like that. But right now, when I view Indiana, I put it like this. I think Indiana could beat Ohio State 2 out of 10 games. The 8 out of 10, Ohio State is still winning. I don't think they're all the way there, but they are a scary team. They're very good. I love it. The Big Ten, I love it. Washington's another team in the Big Ten. They're 5-1. Every 5-1 team in the SEC is ranked. Washington in the Big Ten 5-1 is not.
Washington would be top 10. I tweeted that today. If they were in the SEC, they'd be in the top 10. Absolutely.
That's wild.
And if imagine this. Say Missouri's only loss was to Alabama. Where would they be ranked? A number 1 Alabama at that. Where would they be ranked?
Probably like
yeah,
5th.
exactly. Go ahead and get this bias out there because we got to clear it out of there. It's got to be gone. And who's going to PSU? My vote, if I had to put money on it right now, Eli Drinkwitz. He will take over for Penn State. I wrote an article about it, and he was my top choice. He wants to move on.
He's not going to render better results than what Franklin was.
Coach Drink has had back-to-back 10-win seasons at Missouri, and he's going on a 3rd one. He won a national title at Auburn as the the quality control coach, and he won the Sun Belt the 1 year that he was at Appalachian State as the head coach. The dude is down to business, and he's got a win against the Buckeyes on his resume in the Cotton Bowl.
Nah, well.
So if you're
most
a Penn
unprepped team of all time in that one.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still a win, all right?
Yeah.
He has as many – what, James Franklin had 2 in 12 years? He's got 1.
God, if we just didn't make the offensive line mistake of saying Carson Hinsman couldn't play in that game all over podcast, we probably win it based off that.
Yeah.
Like
that was wild, man.
I think
it's really hard, even though Nebraska and what the foundation Matt Rule has set up there is really strong. It's really hard to look at his past. Former Penn State captain, best friends with the Penn State AD. It's just really hard. I think they're going to take a hard swing there, but it's like 50-50 to me, but I think that might be their number 1 option they go after. I just think Nebraska is going to do everything to keep him. I'm not sure they're going to be able to pull him away, but we'll see.
Yeah. And who's the dude? I can't remember his name at South Florida.
Alex Golish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be on that list.
I think.
Isn't he in Ohio? Isn't he from Ohio?
Yeah, he's from Ohio. He's originally from Russia, but he got moved.
He's an Ohio State grad. I think if MSU or Penn State got him, that would be an elite hire. Now, would he render better results than James Franklin? I still think no. I kept saying it. I'm like, I get he lost to UCLA. That's a really bad loss, but yeah, and I get the counter argument too. Like everybody says you can't do better. Well, a lot of teams do better. Well, I mean, Penn State's a lot like Florida. Penn State's a lot like Florida. They think they're really better than what they are. They think they should be doing a lot better than what they are, and they just don't understand how actually good that they really have it. Like this guy won 10+ games. How many times during his tenure? I mean, a lot of colleges would kill to have that.
Let me ask you guys, were you surprised that they fired James Franklin? Were you surprised?
I figured it'd be at season's end after this.
One word, Northwestern. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
You get fired on the spot when you lose. It was the setup to a national championship season, and you lose to Northwestern.
He did really crap the bed with this one for sure. But honestly, what they should have done was fire the OC.
So if Ryan Day would have lost, if Ryan Day would have lost 3 regular season games last year, does he get fired?
That's a lot. That's a lot different.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is Ohio State. Like that's the cream of the crop expectations right there.
I hate to say it, but yes. I mean, now in retrospect, it sounds like crap.
Wild, huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
If he would have lost to Tennessee, he would probably been fired.
But national title, Ryan Day is a completely different human being. He's learned so much from a championship season, and he's got that itch.
And yet
It's
we're
like
still not happy.
It's like a crackhead on the corner. I want more. I want more.
we're-
I'm not doing anything until I get more. And I think he gets another title this year, and he has a chance for a three-peat, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
If he
Because
does
next
that,
year they should be better. I hate
Yeah.
saying this, because I'm like, dude.
one game at a
Isn't that-
time, Steve. One game
Isn't that wild that we can go beat Illinois, a ranked opponent, which, by the way, it's
Mhm.
not going to count as a ranked opponent because we just knocked them out of the rankings. But anyway,
And
unless they
should
get
be.
back in it. Yes. We can go there, win 34-16,
Mhm.
and leave a lot of meat on the bone offensively, in my opinion, and
Oh, yeah.
some meat on the bone defensively. But the game was never in jeopardy. I mean, they really scored
Nope.
9 points. They scored that one last touchdown they got, Ryan Day said, took the foot off the gas. I mean, that was some trash. And Brett Bielema, after saying that they couldn't do with our tempo, bro, dude, score is 34-16, homeboy. But yes, there are some things with the tempo, but you screwed up and brought that to light right now. Matt Patricia probably had the answers figured out the second the game was over.
Well, I thought it was interesting that Bielema was like, tempo is what I saw when the Giants beat the Patriots in the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. And there's something to that, because how this defense is designed is to trick the quarterback, confuse the quarterback. So if you don't have time to confuse the quarterback makes those quick reads. But you have to have an offense, and you have to have a quarterback that's skilled enough to do it. And there's only so many of those teams in college football and so many of those programs. That's why Indiana scares me, because Mendoza does exactly that. And that will be their whole game plan the entire game. And that's going to gas people. They're going to have to be on top of it. And we're going to have to see a lot better results out of our offense, like you said. When you're having tempos like that, it's going to be, it's going to be a game where it's a track meet. And our track meet should be better than Indiana's by that time.
By the way, we talked about James Franklin. I'd like to extend a huge thank you to James Franklin, because if not for him, we'd be stuck with Jim Knowles still. So thank you, James Franklin, for saving Buckeye Nation, just making us even better a whole year later. I appreciate that. God, yeah. Obviously the defense was still pretty elite, but yeah, like I said, Illinois was able to do something to us that I kind of saw creeping up the last couple games, and they were able to do it pretty efficiently. So it's definitely, I'm definitely glad that we got that on film now. Got to see, okay, there are some things about this defense that we could really tighten up. But even still, they finally got the turnovers I've been begging for a few weeks now. So I can't be too mad, especially the Caden McDonald one where he just rips it right out of Deuce's hands as he's about to break his leg.
I thought his leg was going
to. I was like, oh no, oh no.
Ooh, he is lucky.
That looked bad.
He was lucky as hell. His leg didn't snap in half.
Caden's a big damn man, and a future first-round NFL draft pick, I may add.
Like two first-round defensive tackles back to back. Buckeye Nation, I think we should all agree to stop complaining about Larry Johnson. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I know the recruiting thing. I know there are things there, but I mean, my goodness, bro. Like,
it was never his fault. It was Jim Knowles' fault. It was Kerry Coombs' fault.
You know what? This is Josh, man. Josh is a good friend of mine, and this is a comment that I enjoy. And Josh, I'm going to try to make it out to Colorado this summer just because of this comment.
Nothing lasts forever, but for us, it's lasting 25 years now. How long is it lasting?
Well,
a little longer than that.
This particular circumstance where we're like, we can do 2, we can do 3. That's not going to last forever.
No.
Woody Hayes didn't last forever. And I think we do need to enjoy this. We need to sit back and be like, yo, we have a chance of winning a national title every year with Ryan Day as our head coach, and what he's built, the class he's built. And by class, I mean just his being there. The class of Ryan Day is second to none.
You know what I'm going to say, though?
Beat Michigan. Of course.
I need to see it November 29th. I need to see it. Because that press conference that you posted a thing about on Twitter,
yeah,
got me a little concerned.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we know we have the discussion with the run game, right? There are several things about the run game. Our running backs are only have a 7% miss rate. They're only making people miss 7% of their
I
tackles,
love that
which
you
is
brought
like
that up.
super bad. But on that note, I think what really makes Buckeye Nation get super nervous about it without them even realizing, because I didn't even realize it, is the Michigan game, is what we saw last year. Makes us so nervous. We're going to see this running scheme that we have now go up against Michigan. And if we do that, we will lose again.
There's couple things that this brings up for me. Number one, there's a reason why it's a 7%, because Bo Jackson wasn't getting the ball enough in the beginning of the season.
Yep.
CJ Donaldson is a different type of back. All right. CJ Donaldson is a workhorse. You don't take him to the Kentucky Derby, but he sure damn well can plow a field. If you want him to get 3 yards, he's getting the 3 yards. If the play's designed for 3 yards, he's going to get 3 yards. If it's designed to cut it back, he's not going to do that. He's going to run you over. And we need those bruising plays to beat up a defense and save Bo Jackson, because Bo Jackson can't take it all. And this running back and running game is only going to go as far as Bo Jackson takes it. Save his hits till it matters the most, because he's dynamic. He's a difference maker. He makes the offensive line look like Maurice Clarett made the offensive line look in 2002. That's the difference with this running game, and that's where it's going to go by the end of the year. He's going to break off those 200-yard games like Ezekiel Elliott did in the national title by the end of the year. But we got to save his ass for the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I learned last year is how much a scheme helps the offensive line. I see people diving into the offensive line saying they're not blocking good enough. I tend to disagree a little bit there. I think our tight ends and wide receivers can definitely block better, for sure. But schematically, when you're running 13 personnel onto the field, what's the team going to do? What's the opposing team going to do? We haven't ran, I mean, maybe 2 different plays out of that, but every time it's running. That is a tendency that is very obvious. Teams sell out for the run when we do our heavy tight end packages. So schematically, you know, it's just putting us in a bind. But I trust these coaches that they're running an NFL type of a deal right now with as long as the season is. I got faith to make some changes and they see what we see.
I think the bigger concern though was the fact that, and me and Steve talked about it last week, was Illinois' pass defense was like one of the worst in the country, and it seemed like nothing was there with what Illinois was doing against us defensively. So that was kind of a concern. And then this week, obviously, we play a Wisconsin team who's god awful, but their rush defense is really good, like Minnesota's was.
Yep.
And their pass defense, not nearly as good. So is this going to be a net where we're going to try to force this run game and be pretty lackadaisical offensively? We could still win with that, of course, probably, right? Unless Julian Sand turns into Kyle McCord and turns the ball over 100 times, and then maybe we're staring into the barrel. But you know, weird things happen up at Camp Randall sometimes, but you know,
there ain't no damn weird things happening this time around. 37-0 against Iowa. Nothing damn weird is going to happen.
I also get the other side of things where people think this is Ryan Day playing chess and not checkers because it's a 16-game season. He knows what it takes now through a 16-game season. We got, I think it said we have the second lowest amount of snaps played on offense, and Wisconsin's the only one worse than us.
Yep.
And it just happens to be working for us because, you know, we're trying to keep guys fresh for when it matters the most. Hey, if that's really the truth about it, awesome. Just don't let it be the truth on November 29th, because we've seen that does not work against that team. You got to sell out. You got to bomb the way out.
He told us that was the truth. In his press conference, he said, style points don't matter anymore. And to me, that was him letting us know that is in fact what it is. When I heard that press conference, out of the Woody, I know for a fact this week they are practicing drastically different running plays and running schemes. Whether they do it on the field, I don't know. But I do know.
They won't.
Yeah. I know. I don't know. But
I asked Carnell Tate. Man,
Wow.
Carnell Tate. I asked Carnell Tate. Good thing it's live, man, because I can't correct that. I asked him point blank. I was like, "Is this frustrating for wide receiver crew?" And he had the best answer possible. He was like, "You know what? We know teams are going to do this. You just got to go out and make people miss. Like that's what you got to do." And I was like, "Dog, that is a dog. That is a grown man talking right there." He's like, "You know what? You do what you got to do. You got to make people miss." And then Ryan Day had a perfect response too, because he was like, "I'm trying to tell the guys any play can be an explosive play if you block right, if you execute right." Because that reverse to Jeremiah Smith.
Oh yeah, that was one block. One block away.
One block, and that was probably gone, or at least an explosive play. And the dude split two defenders. Come on, man. That's an absolute quintessential. Come on, man.
That was rough.
I don't even know if you can count that as a split.
That was just there's a guy there. Oh, let's not block him and let Ford get killed.
Good point. That was sad.
That got Sarah Feld and who else was on that play? I think
Claire.
Yeah, that got them both yelled at in practice.
I think that was Claire's fault. I think it was the outside. It was. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But Claire definitely had that block on that screenplay to Bo Jackson when he went airborne. Bo knows flying, apparently, too, because he went through the air and got that touchdown. And remember, Ryan Day last week was talking to him about not sticking the ball out over the goal line? Well, he did it again, and he scored again.
Hey, man, shout out Epi's dad's in the chat right now, dude. Gave us a little super chat. What up, dog?
Here's the thing, though. Obviously, everybody's kind of holding their breath about this offense and how it's not.
Oh, Epi's dad. Epi just got his black stripe removed, didn't he?
He did, bro.
Nice.
Epi's up to 260 now. And don't forget, he did not come in early.
Is this MV?
Yeah, that's him.
Nice. Hey, man, Andy's throwing you some bones. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my dude. I talk to him all the time, man. All the time.
Right.
No, but I know everybody's worried about this offense, but as long as we can turn it on when we need to and we can do it efficiently, that's all I care about. And as long as I see it on November 29th at will, that's all I care about.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll wait until we do see it on November 29th. And
can't come soon enough.
I don't know that they're going to show it against that team because I don't think Michigan is talented enough for Day to pull out all the stops.
They weren't last year either.
To be honest with you, I think we're probably going to see a little bit of the same game we saw. This is the difference, all right?
Yeah.
I have one difference to last year versus this year. That's the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
We had a pretty good quarterback last year too. It didn't matter.
Yeah, but he wasn't putting the ball on the.
I get it.
This is and let me describe it a little bit to you. The reason Julian Sain has this rating is because of how he's getting the ball out. All right, they are playing back. Carnell Tate, I'll pronounce it correctly this time, did say, everyone's playing back. All right. They're trying to keep everything in front. Ryan Day said defenses are playing us to keep everything in front. Well, you can't fault a quarterback for hitting the quickest man open when they're playing like that. When they're keeping everything in front of them and you're not letting anything deep, take what the defense gives you. You take those little dinks and dunks and you got to do it all the way down the field. And then like Carnell said, you got to make someone whiff to have that big play. And you can't fault him. He's doing the right thing. Are there some reads that he could wait a little longer and get something open downfield? Yes. Was Jeremiah Smith putting the moves on Cox? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. And could he have? I didn't even mean that to be a play on words, but it was. So shout out to my brain. Anyway,
there you go.
But what I'm saying is doing everything right. Like, you're not going to go into the film room and be like, you hit a wide open man. Why didn't you wait and hit someone downfield? No, you don't do that. Not as a first year starting quarterback, number one. And he's that cerebral quarterback that's going to make that read. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. He sees a man, throws to the man.
Yeah.
End of story.
Hey, fellas,
You got
got a
peace
5
out.
a.m. flight. Yeah, dude. I should be in bed already, but I had to
Yeah.
take this opportunity. I love coming on here talking Buckeye football with y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Get something, keep this thing rolling. Get something scheduled in the future. Get you guys on.
For sure.
But good stuff, man. Look for me on the TV, Wisconsin. Thinking about doing something crazy, catching a misdemeanor, going down on the field or something, but I don't know. But just
No,
keep
don't be
looking
doing
at
that.
Alex.
Don't be doing that, man.
I'm
You
not
learned
gonna
your
do it.
lessons.
Yeah, dude. All right,
All right,
y'all.
hey.
Hey, you guys stay blessed, man. All righty.
You
You
too.
too. God
Safe
bless. Have a safe
flights.
trip.
All right, yep. OH.
IO.
Hey, real quick, I'm just gonna go down on the screen since I'm streaming on my channel too. So when you end it, I'll just be down. Just keep me down below, and when
Yeah.
it ends, it'll just end. Yeah, I forgot I'm streaming too. So
Oh,
all right,
that's
y'all.
cool. Yeah. Don't cancel all your brothers out, man.
No way. All
All
right,
right.
dude. See you.
Peace out. Have a safe
Bye.
trip. All right, man. Dev's always a good man. Good man to have on the show. It's fun to talk football with anyone, honestly. That's why I'm doing this, because I love football more than anything. Well, God, family, football. That's really the way it goes. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, we got to get into this Wisconsin game a little bit. All right. 25.5 points. All right. Ohio State's favored by 25.5 points. They have hit the spread 11 of the last 15 games. They've covered it. Do they cover again?
Oh yeah. I mean, they should be able to do this in their sleep. If Iowa can beat them 37-0, there's zero excuse why we shouldn't be able to hit 40 plus. On this team. Yeah. I mean, they've given up. Luke Fickell's given up. I mean, this is his last year in Madison. You know, he signed his own death warrant at Wisconsin when he tried to change their entire offensive philosophy. We've seen how that's worked out in the past. And it never made sense with Fickell either, because he seemed like more of a traditional Big Ten type of guy where you run the football first and you run it effectively. And Wisconsin's always been good at that. And then this year, they're like one of the worst rushing offenses in the country. Like they're literally 116th in rushing offense.
Yeah.
That's unheard of at Wisconsin. Unheard of.
And they still have big bruisers. It's just they don't have that running back that gets them there.
Yeah, they've been just trying to do everything the wrong way since Fickell got there, and he really blew this opportunity. He could have made Wisconsin into something special, but he's not going to be employed there much longer, especially after Franklin gets fired, when he just almost made a natty last year. So
you're saying Franklin to Wisconsin?
I think they'd hire him in a heartbeat, to be honest with you. I think he'd do great things up there.
I would.
I know Sparty wants him real bad too. Sparty's like, we'll take him.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Urban Meyer first, though. But if they can't get him, they want, the next best thing.
There was some talk on Twitter tonight saying that Urban Meyer wanted to be at Penn State. He wanted the job. I don't think that happens, but
pipe dream for them.
Maybe.
I don't.
Meyer is known for getting the itch and coming back.
I think the only way he'd coach again in college, especially, is if it was a Barry Alvarez type of deal where Ryan Day left and we needed a coach in an emergency pinch, and he'd step up immediately.
I would hope so, but I don't know that happens.
But I outside of that, I don't think he's going anywhere. So, but if Iowa's offense, which is normally super inept, can put up a 37 spot on this team, we should be able to hit. I think it's going to be 42-3. Personally, I hope they don't score on us. I hope we shut them out. But I just, I'll give them 3. And after seeing our defense give up 16 when they really shouldn't have at all, I hope that they looked at the film and they get a renewed sense of purpose and just start shutting down teams again for the rest of the way.
I agree with you, Craig. I do feel bad for Luke, man. I want to see Luke do good, but let's just say that Larry Johnson retires and Luke ends up our defensive line coach. How made in heaven is that?
It'd be beautiful.
It'd be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And I look back to 2014, right, where we had just got Everett Withers just left, and we hired Chris Ash, and I credited Chris Ash a lot, and he still deserves credit for changing that defense around in a year and helping us win a natty, because our defense was putrid in 2012 and 2013, Urban's first 2 years. It was bad, and I credit him a lot because he taught the team how to tackle and taught them a lot of the basics that they were missing. Yep. And now I see him at Notre Dame, and I'm like, boy, he's doing absolutely awful there. He is doing very bad. And you start to look at what was the common denominator back then, Luke Fickell. I mean, Luke Fickell really, when he didn't have somebody like Everett Withers ruining what he had going on, he was a great DC. So I'd love to have him back at Ohio State as a DL coach. I think he'd do phenomenal with us.
Yes, he would. It would be a match made in heaven. And I don't know that Larry Johnson's ready to hang it up yet, but man, this would be the opportune time if Luke is available. And
he just landed a 5-star today.
Yeah.
So
he did.
I don't know. I don't know.
5-star you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ready to hang it up. All of a sudden, if he could start flipping some guys and keep getting guys like this to come to Ohio State, I think all those Larry Johnson haters.
Jameer Wentz, let's be honest, Trotwood, he wasn't going anywhere else. Dude was,
you never know.
He was, I mean, he had an offer from Miami, but this dude was Buckeye all the way.
Plus, it's a 2028 recruit.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time.
There is time.
You know what I mean? So,
but he's one of those class builders, and I don't want to take anything away from Larry Johnson, because what he's been doing, the developmental piece, when these guys hit the line, Tywone Malone, holy hell, that is a piece of the puzzle. We've been waiting for that for him for years. For years, this dude came in and was someone that we thought would be starting right away when he came in.
Yep.
Right. And now that hard work's paying off. He quit baseball. He's getting confidence. He's learning to play with his hands a little bit better. And that pirouette he did to get that tackle on the goal line.
Yeah.
Holy hell, that's a defensive lineman that can move. I'm really excited. These are kind of the unsung heroes that really need some credit. Like Aaron Scott on the kickoffs.
Yeah.
When he said 13 times in a row, he was the first guy to get to the 30-yard line. Hello.
Yeah,
I saw him get in there a little bit against Illinois too.
Yeah, it's like I said before the season started. It seemed like this defense was really handcuffed by the DC we had for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
and I was like, Matt Patricia should be able to take the handcuffs off. Handcuffs are off.
I'm waiting for Cody Croy to get up in here, man. He's got to be talking about some recruiting, some Buckeyes in the big league, and he's got all those articles out there. So hopefully he's doing all right. He said he was going to come in and join the show, but until he does, I guess we're going to steal his thunder and get into some of these recruits getting on here, because Ohio State.
That was the one I like. That was one I like.
This is one of those guys like Phillip Daniels that gets away and goes to a Minnesota, and then you're like, hey, we got to get him in the portal because he's going to show out. And that's another one. Phillip Daniels is one that isn't getting enough credit, man. Coming back here to the land of Ohio and showing out, man. Gotta love it. Yeah, and he where was he at? He was at North Carolina, NC State. Yeah. Landry Breed flipped from North Carolina State, 6'6", 315 pounds from Mentor, Ohio. Come on now.
And I think he's a 3-star, so a lot of people will sleep on that. But these are the kind of guys that we've been praying to get recruited. Yeah, those Ohio guys, those like 3-star under the radar guys that end up just being absolute animals.
Yep,
absolute dogs, like a Nick Mangold. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw, he put it out there that he needs a kidney transplant. So
there we are.
If you go to his Twitter page, and you are a generous person who matches his, blood type for the kidney.
Type O.
He's type O or something like that. So. But yeah, those are the type of dogs that Ohio State's been wanting to recruit, and thank God for Tyler Bowen. I thank God every day when I wake up for Tyler Bowen coming to Ohio State. We've been needing this recruiting on the offensive line, and we're getting the development. Just a blessing.
And the play, the play of offensive line. Just a play. It's done. Cody Croy in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Talk to me about some of your articles, man, because it has been phenomenal what's happening this week.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's start with who we got on the board.
You guys briefly touched on it, but today we got Jameer Weiss, 5-star D lineman. He's in his sophomore season, and he's already kind of developing into his own. So plenty of room for growth. Really excited about the 2028 product. So really like him. Kamari Bang, he's a safety. Little under the radar, but very talented. And then Landry Breed, a guy that, he's an Ohio native, and it was only a matter of time before he became a Buckeye. We just had to offer him. He was committed to NC State, and then immediately he flipped because he ultimately always wanted to be a Buckeye.
Yeah.
So really excited for all those guys.
As soon as you get that Buckeye offer, come on down. I mean, especially nowadays, man.
Menor makes some good football players too, so he's really big football up there.
Menor native, that's awesome.
Yep.
And he had an offer list that was to die for too. So
yes,
he's a 3-star, but not based on who is throwing out those offers. I can't remember who was up there, but it was a best of the best.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Very, very under the radar as far as media and the scouts see him, but he's really good. So,
Doug, I got to get you in here. Sorry, Doug's late. Doug is a member of the locker room. Hey, you can only earn a premium Buckeye Backers hat if you are a member of the locker room. Doug, I got to be up somewhere sometime to get you a locker room hat. Locker room edition. We have other ones that I'll give out. I'm probably going to be at Urban Meyer Pint House for the game this weekend and watching it there. So if you are subscribed and follow and share our content, you're probably going to get a hat while I'm there. Just a heads up if you want one, if they look cool, and if you like branded bills, fitted hats, or not fitted, flex fit.
I wish.
They're awesome. Yeah. It'll be there. And Craig, hey, man, join us on the TV, man. No problem. Let's get back into that. What we really got to talk about is, let's be honest. If you're a Buckeye football player, your dreams, your aspirations, they don't end there. You're going to the NFL. You're going to the big league. And Cody just so happens to write an article, Buckeyes in the Big League. Tell me about the Buckeyes in the big league. In the NFL, what are they doing? Earning money and scoring points?
Well, let's start with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yep. The guy says that LSU is wide receiver U. He's proving himself wrong. 8 catches, 152 yards, and a touchdown. So,
yeah,
I mean, I think that he's proving himself wrong.
Draymond was a motivational comment for him because ever since he said it, he's been on fire.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe he's in the league right now.
Yeah, he's leading the league in receiving yards as far as I know. So,
and then you go from there. You go to Mbuka.
Yes. Didn't do a whole lot this week. Went down with an injury, but right now he's 4th in total receiving yards. So,
sounds like he's going to be back too.
I hope so, because right now he's the runaway favorite for offensive rookie of the year. So,
yeah, from what I've heard, he'll be back. What else? What else you got in there?
NFL, there wasn't a whole lot this week. I ended it with Draymond Jones, 1 sack and 5 tackles. So the Titans, they're having a real rough year. Brian Callahan just got fired, but Jones he was their offseason addition, and he's been a bright spot. So,
did you include anything about the guy that you have the best memories, the most fond memories of in the NFL, Cooper?
Oh, Jonathan Cooper. Yeah.
I say that because I read those comments that you don't have any recollection of him because you were too young at the time.
He was just a guy that I guess slipped through the cracks whenever I was watching.
Jonathan Cooper was a dog.
Yeah.
Very good, apparently. As he must have been. But he got the player of the week I just read, which was awesome.
Wasn't it 2 weeks in a row or something?
Was it?
I believe it was. Yeah.
Okay. Game-winning sack, game-sealing sack against former Buckeye Justin Fields. So I was upset to see that, but good for him.
Yeah, doing well. He got drafted by the Broncos, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's been there his whole career.
Yeah. So he's having himself a season.
A lot of people thought he'd be a quick out of the league, but
wasn't Browning there too? Brian
he
Browning?
was. Yeah,
Barron was drafted there
Baron
too.
Browning, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he was there for a bit. I don't know where he is now.
He's a Cardinal.
Yeah,
Cardinal.
there you go.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Cardinals love the Buckeyes.
Another guy we didn't use as well as we should have, and now it's flourishing in the next level.
Him, Marvell Reese, Malik Hooker, all those guys.
Well, did you say Arvell Reese?
He did.
Yeah. 40 and slip. You want to talk about Arvell Reese?
Hey, Arvell Reese will be in the league.
He'll be there
this
soon.
time next year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Man, first 2 seasons, didn't really see what he could do. He played a little bit. He was good. But this year, he's finally getting his shot.
Dude,
Simon's the NFL, and now he's flourishing, and I love
I'm
it.
going to miss him so much.
PFF has him at 4th overall. Like not PFF. It was Mel Kiper that had him at 4th best player drafted, number 1 linebacker. Dude's going in the top 10. I'll be honest with you. He's going.
I can absolutely see it.
There were players on there that didn't make the list. I don't know why K-Mac wasn't on Mel Kiper's big board. That's absolutely insane.
Really?
Yeah, Mel.
Oh, yeah. No, he was. Sorry. He was just he was further down there than I would have imagined.
Yeah, Mel Kiper's dog water.
But it was also mentioned kind of thing. It was crap.
Mel Kiper's a lot like Heather Dinich. You just look at him and you go, why are they employed by ESPN? And then you say the letters ESPN, and then you're like, that's why.
SEC.
Because they'll hire anybody. Heather Dinich is like, you know who should take that Penn State job? Are you going to ask if Ryan Day's happy where he's at? Maybe he takes the Penn State job. Okay.
All right.
How about the woman for the AP that says that she doesn't even watch the games?
I know.
She just votes.
That's why Washington's not ranked, because of people like that.
Yeah.
Because she asked somebody, she was like, who's the best conference? Oh, the SEC. Okay, let me put them. Oh, I like their uniforms. I'll put them at 24.
How do you
seems like it.
I don't know how you get a chance to vote when I don't know. I just don't understand it.
If you admit something like that, then it should be revoked.
You should have to prove that you have some ball knowledge.
Right.
True that.
Right.
If you can name me the last 10 Heisman winners, I would be impressed by that enough to be like, okay, you can vote. You watch it enough at that point without looking it up.
You should have to sign to say I'm going to do this much football watching in order to make my decisions. And I do agree that they'd probably need to back it down a little bit and announce it on Tuesdays, just like the college football playoff. Have a little bit of time to kind of recap and know what's going on, first of all.
Right. That would make sense.
A lot of them probably just copy off of their peers and go, hey, who'd you put at 16? Okay, I'll put them at 16 too.
Copy off their peers. What is this, high school?
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, did you copy off your peers in high school?
No, I try to be as honest as possible.
You can't admit it on here. Do they copy off of you? That's probably what happened.
Yeah, they copied off Cody.
I don't think so. I think they would be in trouble if they did, especially in math.
Oh,
all right. So, let's get back to Wisconsin. The game at hand. The Buckeyes. This is my attitude. They need to handle their business, all right? This is a game where you need to come out and squash them quick. You need to come out with a 10 to 14-point lead, push the ball a little bit down the field because you can. I want to see the evolution of the offense. If we beat this team and we see a little bit more downfield, we see them taking some shots, then we know that this is a good game. Now, if this is a close game, you're going to see more of the same. It's going to be Washington all over again. You're going to see those runs. You're going to see ball control, and you're going to see the defense win the game for them. I want to see the offense go ahead and step it up and play a little bit like they did against Minnesota.
I agree.
All right. Take your time. Learn that, because we're going to need it by the end of the season. We're going to need that pass-first offense to show up. So practice it now if that's what you need to do, Day. I don't know. I don't really understand the strategy with that. because this is a pass first offense. Let's be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got a bye week after this too. So I mean, and after that we play a Penn State team who's literally just. I mean, they're let's face it, they're going to lose to Iowa this week at Kinnick. It's a night game. They're going to find a way to lose that, and then they got to play us. So I mean, this is a Penn State team that is limping, literally limping. Oh, Jim Harbaugh to Penn State. Yeah, I'm sure his first hire will be Connor Stallions too. Then they'll find a new way to cheat, get them in there.
Josh is poking the bear here.
Yeah. But I mean, this Penn State team, you look at the rest of their schedule, boy, they're going to be hard pressed to make a bowl game at this point. And that's nuts to say. That's nuts.
Maybe
they got to play Indiana after us. So they might lose the next 3.
Maybe whenever John gets fired by the Ravens, he can go to PSU.
You know who else?
That's who Team Up North fans want. They want John Harbaugh.
What?
Yep. It's all over Twitter right now. They're like, you know who we really should hire? We should hire John Harbaugh because his guys were the reason why we were so good. You know, Jesse Minter, he came from that Ravens system. You know, Ravens do pretty bad right now. Maybe John wants to take a step back and go revive what his brother built, even though his brother built was built on cheating. But we don't want to admit that. But that's what it was. So
yeah. And speaking of the cheating, Jim Harbaugh would not be able to get hired at Penn State because he has a show cause.
Yeah.
For what, 8 years?
It should be lifetime.
I think at 10.
Let's just make
10.
it.
Wow. Yeah. But he did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong.
He can't coach in college for 8 years, but he did nothing wrong.
I did not lie. I did not cheat.
He did not steal.
Yeah. And he teaches that.
Yeah. He's very opinionated on not lying, cheating, or stealing.
He has the SpongeBob mentality, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he's got the brain cells of SpongeBob too. So
that's his hero, self-admitted.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we need to talk a little bit about how well Ohio State's doing in the NFL and what is that going to translate to in the future? I mean, because we're already getting recruits, and all of a sudden you saw that big hit on recruits this week. I think we're going to see some more of that. The way Ohio State's dominating the NFL, that's what we're built on. That's what our program's built on. That's why we don't go out and spend money on freshmen coming in.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they're going to spend some money, but they're not going to go overboard in spending money on guys that are just trying to collect a check. You're going to come here, and your check's going to be earned, and you're going to earn it later on in life too.
Right.
Ohio State is an NFL factory.
What we saw with Jeremiah Smith, Miami, they offered him more money. He chose Ohio State. So obviously with the receivers, it's a little bit of an easy decision.
But now look at the defense. It should be an easy decision for the defense now. Anyone on defense. If you're a defensive person, if you're an offensive lineman, look at what Tyler Bones. Look at what Josh Simmons is doing.
Simmons, Paris Jackson,
Donovan Jackson.
Donovan, yeah.
I mean, look at these guys in the NFL developed. They go into the league developed. This is the next big thing for Ohio State is remember all those years before, like, Tressel years before Urban Meyer came in, and now you're seeing some of the Meyer guys and then Day guys on top of it just absolutely flourishing in the NFL. This is second level, man. We are at that pinnacle of Ohio State football where I want to go back to what Josh Gurley said, and you guys just gotta feel blessed now and enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to last forever. Day's not going to be here forever.
Right.
And yes, we're always going to win because we're going to find someone and we don't hire bad coaches.
Right.
Well, head coaches.
Not for the last 25 years we haven't.
Yeah.
Before that we did.
If you look in the last 50 years, we haven't really had bad seasons.
A lot of John Coopers were.
They weren't bad though. I mean, if you go
towards the second half of his career there, they weren't. He had some 10-win season, but he started out pretty bad.
But he recruited really well actually too. So I'm just saying we're living in an era where it's great to be a Buckeye.
Hey, listen, I was enjoying it a lot more when I saw Wolverine tears every November. Okay, I'll start enjoying it a lot more when the Wolverine tears are back.
Yeah.
I already started seeing more Wolverines after this USC game, being like, it's really hard when you got to battle the NCAA, when you got to battle the refs, when you got to battle the CFP committee, and I'm just like, okay, the world's starting to heal. We're starting to get those things back from Wolverine. Now, if I can just get that after November 29th at around 4 p.m. and they're crying about the refs, then I'll know, okay, we're back now. There we go.
Linda just goes full OHIO. She doesn't even want it back from us. All right, Linda.
No, she's just giving it all to us. There we go.
Thanks for joining us, Linda. Hey, everyone in the locker room, like I said before, you have the opportunity to get an Ohio State Buckeye backers hat. I mean, it's Buckeye backers, but you got the 9 national titles represented with, the gray Buckeye leaves, and something you can wear around. That's a great hat. All right. The more you comment in our comment section, the easier it will be for me to get you one. All right.
Are you ready to add another Buckeye leaf to that logo?
Yeah, that's the problem, man. I got to leave room. I got 5 on the bottom, 4 on the top, so there's room for one more.
I've always thought about this. I'm like, I try to put myself in Bama fans' shoes and how much money they had to drop on merch for a long time there, from 2009 to 2020. And I'm like, that's why I try to stay away from the shirts that say 9-time national champions and stuff like that, because if we win another one, that shirt's irrelevant now.
Yeah. And
I can't wear that again.
Winning them.
It'll become like a junk shirt. I can't wear it.
I just have the one that has the year on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they totally screwed that shirt up because they didn't put the 2 natty trophies on it to signify we got 2 playoff trophies. They stopped doing that for us. They did it for the team up north with their one. They did it for us the first time when we won one, put our one there. Then all of a sudden they're like, we're not doing that anymore once Ohio State wins it again. I was waiting for my 2 trophy insignia on the shirt.
Yeah. We need it all.
Yes.
We need it all. All right, boys. Well, until Saturday, you're going to have to do some more articles, Cody, because I think there's going to be some more commitments coming, man. Flying off the shelves.
I am fine with getting on my phone. I literally wrote the latest commitment in the car on the way home from a doctor's appointment. So,
yeah. Well, I appreciate that, man. That was
boys, awesome. Does Jaden Ballard get an 80-yard touchdown on us?
Don't even start with Jaden Ballard.
No.
Does he exact revenge?
No.
Listen, he played my high school team.
He probably doesn't get a chance to even catch a pass, to be honest with you.
You said what, Cody?
The guy, he was a good basketball player. He played my high school team and did very well.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good athlete.
Maslin Tiger, baby.
Yeah.
Right down the road from me.
Here we go. All right, boys. Well, any last thoughts? Hey, well, actually, score predictions. Let's do score predictions. What do you got, Alex? We'll start with you.
I said 42-3.
42-3. All right. I'm going to write these down this time. All right.
I've been pretty close last couple weeks. I've been pretty close.
Give me 45-7.
45-7. Well, 45-7. I'm going to go 38-0.
Okay.
If they score over 10 on us, hit the panic button. The season's in jeopardy. Boy, that can't happen.
We get out of there without them scoring any points.
I'm with you guys. If Larry does retire, I want Fickle.
Yeah. He's got a landing spot here, I'm sure, if he wants it. I'm sure Day would easily take him back into the fold.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because he knows what he's capable of. So,
right. I mean, he could get a job somewhere else. It would probably be temporary. Like, he would just be here for a year or two, and then he'd find himself in another job.
He'd probably go back to a group of 5.
Yeah. That's what I would imagine. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe he should have stayed at Cincy.
He should have stayed there.
Yeah. He'd probably be running that conference in the Big 12 right now.
Actually, he would, for sure.
They're doing pretty well so far.
Yep, doing good. Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati. Wow. Just another great day to be a Buckeye. All right, boys, we're going to get this show done and off of air. Thanks for joining us, Cody. Always appreciated. Go follow Cody, College Football Backers, all right? It is cfbackers.com. He's got all your articles. If you want any article around the nation, got those too. We got writers. One of our writers writes Penn State articles, and he's season credentialed through someone else, but contributes to us. Another writer, also Mike Germanese, he is credentialed to several Michigan games, writes for us, but also credentialed through someone else. We got TJ Chapman. He's credentialed through College Football Backers to some Pitt games and the Army-Navy games, so he's big on writing those military articles. So we got guys in the right spot. Go check it out. It's worth your time. It's clean, it's organized, and it looks great. cfbackers.com. If you're a football fan and you like to read about it, go check it out. All right? Until then, God bless. Peace out. OH.
OHIO, baby.
There we go.
Go Bucks.
Another one. Peace. Thank you all for joining us.